Welcome to PCGamer Radio. It's your host, Lipstickpaddy, and this is the Outer World 2 deep dive. Let's put him on very low. Now let him talk away there. I want to chat about this. This is definitely my most anticipated game by a mile. Now, people are saying, oh my god, this is the $80 game. It's like, why are people paying $80 for games anyway? It's on Game Pass. It's on... When have you ever played a game that you've been playing it longer than 4 weeks? Are you kidding me? Game Pass is ridiculously cheap. And if you're still paying for games, then you really need to question it. I mean... You just go on Game Pass. Let's just get the elephant out of the way. Anyhow, now, if you looked at the trailer of this game, it looks like it's ridiculously easy. You're just a wrecking ball, knocking people left, right, and centre. You can see this kind of, it just looks mega easy. And and that's perfectly fine for the casuals, but if you really want to play the game that really excites me of the Outer Worlds, it's when you up the difficulty and the world becomes dangerous. And this is where strategies come in, where you really need to get headshots, you need to kite enemies around, you need to pull them into an environment where you're not going to get hit, so you lead them strategically into places you can knock them out. I need to pause this in certain sections. There's going to be some really interesting stuff to look at here in this deep dive. And that kind of makes the world scary and all that good stuff. Now, they have kind of made the armor system in my... I would have preferred for them to go down this bit deeper, because they've just got like one chest outfit, which is the whole outfit and then the head. 3 weapons, and you can unlock a 4th, it looks like there. And potentially you're going to be going through all your ammo, and then you're going to have to switch weapon, and then eventually go down to your melee if you run out. Because when it goes to hard, combat is really, really scary. Like I said, when the world becomes dangerous, then you have much more respect for the world that you're in. And when you roll your character, you need to think about this as in what's going to be best for you. I'm probably going to go stealth, melee, high strength character with one of my first builds. Something like this, and then go down heavy weapons. And there's going to be scientific weapons, of course, but... So yeah, you can see this guy's just running through like a wrecking ball, one-shot hit kind of thing. I much prefer it to be a bit more bullet spongy and deadly. So yeah, I'll definitely be putting it into kind of its hardest difficulty. Especially when you kind of see the danger of all this around you. And like I say, if you're coming in here and just thinking it looks casual, just the fact that it's kind of going to be... so the first one there. The first one is thrilling when you put the difficulty up. Right at the beginning of the game, you've got to kill a guy and he's inside this town, and it's like a massive fight. So I like this to approach you now. So you can get in here with pure strength. Let me just go back. Oh my god, does it go so quick? It's not just pure strength though. You've got to kind of look to see how to unlock certain traits. And obviously having high strength, you can then maybe unlock brawny. And... here, but you get to see there's 2 ways of opening the door. It's interesting that you need an engineering 2 here. They did talk about the skill system in the game, where each mark you put into it, so engineering 2, is going to be kind of a big thing when you level up something. So Engineering 2 doesn't seem to be that difficult to get. But you get to see kind of the difference here between one and the other. So just manhandling the door there. Or you go the engineering way. And this is all kind of important as you're going to be XP farming best you can. It doesn't look like you got any XP there for that, but I'm pretty sure you should be able to... It should be giving you stuff. Maybe, because leveling is going to be a big thing in the game. So yeah, and if the world is harder, you kind of do want that kind of stealth build. And again, the devs are kind of keen on the fact you can go in guns blazing, you can talk your way out of things, and you can stealth your way in. And of course, if it's on really difficulty, the stealth approach is almost essential. It really is. And of course, talking your way through is all part of the role play, so I'll probably lean into that as usual as well. But you can see that the game has many debuffs that you can put on them to kind of slow them down or freeze them, set them on fire. And this makes it really interesting in difficulty because you can kind of kite them around whilst doing damage, and it slows the game down, makes the game again more interesting. So these positive traits that you see here really get you thinking. It's like a box of chocolates that every chocolate looks kind of good to have. And especially when it goes to the skills and then you're going into the, the negative traits that your character is having, all looks fantastic. They do talk about this dumb here, where, out of all the skills, there's 5 that you can't level. Which is fairly interesting to do that, because if you're going melee, you don't necessarily need to use guns. Potentially, if you look at the 12, could you get rid of 5 of them? Because it does say that if you are dumb, there's going to be things in the world you can do with the dumb trait to get through certain situations. So that's kind of going to be interesting to see what that does in the game. And, the fact that they're highlighting the negatives will have an effect in the game is kind of interesting. So, yeah, so you've got here the dumb answer. But just to stop here, I think the NPCs look phenomenal looking up. If you kind of compare this to the original game, it doesn't, it's like a mile up better, isn't it? And even what's the Starfield? Yeah, Starfield looked worse, didn't it? Much worse. Just the character face just looks really, really nice. All right, let's keep going. Oh yeah, here's another kind of a dumb thing, and it's now, so you can either find the fuse or put in a can in your bag and the dumb trait. This is fantastic. This is kind of like a dumb engineer, isn't it? Or what they might say, a Russian cosmonaut. Just smack it with a hammer. And there you go, you see. So there is kind of this extra approach that you probably wouldn't get in other games, but here they're kind of thinking past it all. Getting these skills is all about rolling your character, and you can see the wildly different approaches you can go, and that's super, super exciting. Because here it's kind of, yeah, we're going to have a real interesting deep dive into role playing, which that's why the game is so exciting, and that's what Obsidian are all about. So here are the 12. Could you get rid of 5 of these? Leadership, that's the companion. Probably get rid of them. 5 of these. Guns, probably get rid of guns. Lockpicking is so hard. Like, it's really difficult to get rid of 5. Is it? Because if you do that, the game definitely wants you to become a master of your role. Because if you're going through all of these, you're becoming a jack of all trades, but a master of none. So yeah, it does kind of throw that on you. So I'm just wondering, if you were going numb, which 5 would you get rid of? Leadership, guns, explosives, medical. That's difficult. That 5th one's difficult. Hacking, maybe? I don't know. I really do like hacking. That'd make character creation really difficult. So these are the perks that you're getting. So you need certain skills, and hopefully they've got like an instruction manual that comes out where you can kind of see all the perks to help you build, because you can see here for the melee, you can be heavy-handed, you can be a commando, you can be a duelist, and that's all pretty exciting, but you need to have these with certain skills that you've got. So your skills will unlock stuff. And you can see here, just showing you 15, but there's 77 more of them. So just an absurd amount of skills. Oh, sorry, perks. And these, looking at the full perk list, would be fantastic to roll your build. So this is going to be super deep when you get the game. Can't wait for that. It's going to be excellent. All right. Yeah, pickpocketing, that sounds definitely fantastic. And notice the perks here. You've got 3 perk points available. Like, you can completely doll out your character fantastically here. This is going to be really interesting to get because, you know, supersonic arms as a potential melee. How are you going to unlock that? So again, you know, they talk about the serial killer, which actually needs a perk. So, so potentially you might see some perks here that need perks, maybe more than one kind of perk to get other ones. So that just deepens the role play here for the perk system. Absolutely fantastic. Yeah, so if you're playing hard, pickpocket, stab them. Pickpocket, stab them. Pickpocket, stab them. Boom. Alright. This is like the comedic, comical stuff that's been going on here. Let's just get past this comedy section. That one's a funny one where you kind of break your knee, isn't it? You get up from stealth and your knee cracks. And this is talking about the negatives that will affect your gameplay, and you just kind of pick stuff up. This is all super funny. So yeah, be careful in any kind of flaws in the game. They might have lots of debuff stuff on you. Yeah, the bridge, this is Just talking about a gameplay here where you can do different things. Talk your way through, stealth your way through, jump your way through, and there's even a double jump. Can get you past it. There's hinting that you may be able to sacrifice one of the companions for this to get through. Yeah, so you are coming in here as a soldier, and you will be able to choose what kind of. It's like you're working as an enforcer, and obviously you can go with the capitalist regime, or you can go for the revolution. That's kind of where there's going to be two role play sections that you've got potentially two paths to play the game. Yeah, art style again, they've knocked it out of the park for me. I really love the style of it, and especially it gets more kind of respected when it's dangerous world. And it becomes more important to shop around and get the really good stuff when you're hard as well. So you need to really kind of strategize your playthrough. There's probably going to be hard and then like insanity. So I do recommend hard as your first playthrough, and then probably go insane when you know what the game is. And hard will still have its, the challenge will still be there. They're talking about music in the world and how the radio will affect what you've been doing in the game. This is all great. I like here where it says it's a tram station, so there might be some public transport in the game. It doesn't look like you're going to be traveling across a planet to different planets per se, because you're at this kind of outpost. Yeah, these are the companions that you get. This is the Beast Lady, which is pretty interesting. You can see on her shoulder she has like a little hand. A crawl. It's like a. She wants to get rid of her beast hand, and companion quests are all going to be fantastic, of course. This guy's talking about the art and World War II-esque, and can't wait. Anything else to say from here? Da-da-da, lots of fluff in this video. Yeah, so there we go. The game's going to have a ton of weapons, gameplay options, builds that you can do, and a much better story than what Starfield produced, in my opinion. I think the first game was a fantastic starting point for the team, and what they're saying here, they've doubled down on absolutely everything. So you should have a fuller, fat version of the game. So it should be everything that you really want, because the first Outer Worlds was just phenomenal, and if this is much bigger, then it's going to be much better. This definitely looks like, is that the planet, or have they gone to some kind of moon there? I don't know. I mean, just look at this stuff. You're just a wrecking ball. Up the difficulty. This has got no challenge at all. This is like my son playing on a controller difficulty, and he's only 7. oh yes, this is interesting gameplay with a sword here, where you're attacking with the sound of the sword to do more damage. Interesting. And there you've got a fantastic heavy weapon, which is like a BFG. Using it in the port there. Love it. And yeah, scientific armor is coming into the game. Phenomenal. And because if I look at Starfield, the whole base building aspect of Starfield really was something it didn't really need, really. And I thought Starfield could have deepened down into its roleplay elements, which is what Outer Worlds 2 is doing. So yeah, that's why I think this game has lots more potential, and it's my most anticipated game for this year. Now, Game Fest was absolutely fantastic. I am going to be going through all my favourite games that I saw at Games Fest, which of course includes all the presentations that happened. So stay tuned on the channel. So think about subscribing and leave any comments down below what you thought of the first game and what you thought of this second game that we got to see. Avowed loved it. Outer Worlds, can't wait for it. Grounded 2, can't wait for you. It's been a fantastic, it is a fantastic year for Obsidian. So that rounds it up, peeps. Thank you so much for watching. I have been your host, Lipstickpaddy. This is PCGamer Radio. And why is this not? Don't be paying $80 for this. Get it on Game Pass. So on that bombshell, thank you so much for watching. I'm your host, Lipstickpaddy. This is PCGamer Radio. You take care, stay safe, and bye for now. Look out for the next video coming on the channel, probably on the channel right away. So bye for now.